Virtua Fighter 4.
Virtua Fighter 4.
Arcade.
Alright, hello everyone, it's Gstar321 here again, and today, as you can see, I'm playing Virtua Fighter 4. Now I played this game quite a lot back in the day, back in the PlayStation 2 era days, and you know it's interesting because the PlayStation 2 is the only system to which this game is available for. Of course it came out back in 2001 in arcades, but it has only been ported to the PlayStation 2, and that port came out a year later in 2002. Now I'm not too sure how I came about playing this game, but I think what happened is I went into my local video game store at the time and I thought to myself, I need a new fighting game, I need something fresh. So I had a look around the store and I saw this game, Virtua Fighter 4, on the shelf. And because I really liked Virtua Fighter 2, I figured, you know what, I'll like Virtua Fighter 4. So I bought it, took it home, started playing it, and man, I was not disappointed. I love this game. It is a great fighting game. I have a lot of fun playing it. And in saying that, it's interesting because the Virtua Fighter games have always sort of eluded me to some extent. And I'm not too sure why that is, but I think it's because of the fighting engine of the Virtua Fighter games. It's just different. I'm not saying that it's bad at all in any way. You know, I really like the Virtua Fighter games, but they just play a lot differently to any of the other fighting game franchises. You know, I've always been more loyal to the Mortal Kombat franchise, the Tekken franchise, and to some extent the Street Fighter franchise. But yeah, the Virtua Fighter games have always just sort of eluded me a little bit. Now look, I'll be playing Virtua Fighter 4 here. There is an updated version of this game called Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution, which basically introduced a number of new features, including 2 new characters. But the original version, Virtua Fighter 4 here, is the game I owned and played back then. So that's what I'll be doing here today. Now there are 2 new characters in this game, and they are a Shaolin monk called Lei Fei, who is my absolute most favourite character in this game. I love him, and I'll be doing the playthrough with him. And the other new character is a chick called Vanessa Lewis. Now before I go ahead and start up this playthrough, I just want to mention one thing, alright? This game has got to have one of the most comprehensive training modes I have ever seen in any fighting game ever. I was playing this the other day, the training mode that is, and do you want to know how long it took me to finish it? 3 hours. I'm not fucking joking. 3 hours, give or take. It was unbelievable. You know, by the 2 hour mark, the 2.5 hour mark, I was slumped in my chair, I was drinking water and like spilling it on myself. I was just tired, I was exhausted, because what happens is it goes through every possible scenario that can happen and tells you how to deal with it. So for example, you know, it will say, okay, the CPU here is about to kick you. Lesson 1, you can duck the kick, and then you've got to go ahead and duck it to prove that you can do that, you know. And then lesson 2, okay, instead of ducking the kick, you can do a quick jab. to stop the CPU in their tracks, and you have to do that to prove you can do it. Okay, instead of ducking and punching, you know, you can evade and throw, and it's too much. It is too much. By the time I started playing the game, I was analyzing every single possible thing the AI was doing to me, and I couldn't even move because I was just overthinking everything. I was overthinking to the point of inaction. You know what I mean? It was ridiculous. So look, the training mode is great, but I feel it's just too much. You know, you've just got to play the game, play against the AI, and that is how you will really learn how to play this game. So, enough talk, let's get straight into it, guys. Okay, so here's the character select screen. Vanessa Lewis, she's one of the new characters to this game, and of course we've got returning characters: Sarah, Akira, Pi, Jackie, Shundi, Classic, who I used for my Virtua Fighter 2 playthrough. He's the drunken fighter of the game. And we've got Lau, he's back, Wolf, Lion. Now I'm not too sure how to pronounce this chick's name. I think it's Aoi. But look, in any event, she is not new to this game. She made her debut in Virtua Fighter 3. And Jeffrey is back, the Australian. Cage is back, the badass ninja. I love him. And here he is, my favorite character of this game, Lei Fei, the badass Shaolin monk. Look at him. Kick ass. Now if you want to choose a different costume for your character, you hold start and then press the button. So I'm going to choose Lei Fei in his alternate costume here. He reminds me a lot of Gordon Liu from the 36th Chamber of Shaolin. If you guys have seen that Kung Fu movie, it's a classic. Come on! Okay, so we're versing Lion straight off the bat. Now I'm pretty good with Lei Fei here. I don't want to say I'm a god with him, but you know, I've gone through arcade mode a number of times, and I can pretty much get through it without dying once, but I do tend to die a few times here and there, so I probably will lose a few matches, but it's okay. We've got unlimited continues. Fuck! So it's still the same thing, you know, punch, kick and guard button, but we can now evade here by pressing up or down, which is good, you know, we can sidestep to dodge attacks. Okay, so there goes Lion, took care of him. That's a great throw as well. Yep. This game has some really awesome music on some of the stages. Pretty much every stage has great music, but there's a few stages which I really love in terms of the music. It's just a really colourful game to look at as well, you know, really vibrant. So I'm versing myself here, Lei Fei. Hiya! Look at this move. Hang on, I'll do it again. I love this move. Look at that! How he goes on his head. It's classic. So as you can see, around the outside of the stage, it's sort of blocked off and you can't ring out your opponent. I think you can break the outer walls, but it can be a bit difficult to do. You've got to sort of do a power attack into it. There are stages that don't have any walls, so you can still do ring outs, but on this specific stage you can't. Like I said, unless you do break the wall, which I have done a few times, but I'm not too sure if you can then ring out from that, because I've never actually done that. You probably can, but I don't know. Okay, so here's Pi, and this is like a giant aquarium we're inside of here. Okay. Oh shit. Love that throw. Okay. Throws are your best friend in this game. They tend to stop the AI dead in their tracks. Sidestepping and throwing, for example, is pretty effective. So look, this is a fun game to play. The AI isn't really bullshit. There are a few fights which I'll show you how to get through, which can be quite brutal unless you do some exploits. So there is a bit of exploiting to be done here in this game. But for the most part, this is just plain and simple an enjoyable fighting game with respectable AI. You know? Bar a few fights, that is. More specifically, the last fight, or the second last fight I should say, against Akira, which is fucking bullshit. But I will show you the exploit for that fight. Okay, here's Kage, or Cage, the ninja. Ow! So we can do a ring out on this stage. I don't think it will be necessary to do that though. Come on, just die. There we go. Throwing is such an important part of this game, Virtua Fighter 4, especially in terms of defeating the AI. Shit. Oh wow, that was a cool throw. I've never seen him do that before. Okay, it's dangerous when they get you to the edge of the ring like that, so I tend to do Lei Fei's throw like that, where he sort of switches them to the opposite side. Very handy. Beautiful looking stage as well. You can see all the leaves falling down onto the arena. And this is Jeffrey's stage. Damn. He's a big guy, isn't he? Wouldn't want to mess with someone like that in real life, that's for sure. Unless I was a Shaolin monk like Lei Fei. Okay. Ow! Gotcha. So he's got a lot of cool moves, Lei Fei. Oh shit, he countered that. You know, stuff like that. And this move, you know, just a lot of fancy stuff. But for the most part, Lei Fei is quite different to any of the other characters because he goes into stances. Okay, so it can be fuck, alright, hang on, let me just focus here. Time up. Did I win or did he? Oh yeah, I got him. I did more damage. Yeah, if you start playing Lei Fei straight off the bat, he can be quite confusing to get used to because he does have lots of different stances. Sort of like, I don't know, I think Lei from Tekken had a few stances, you know, like Manta, Snake and all that sort of stuff. And Gen from Street Fighter, he had a couple of stances. So Lei Fei, you know, you can... God, I've just got to focus here, guys. Very hard to talk and play. Vanessa here, if you try and punch her for some reason, she will just counter. See? Every time. So punching is pretty much off limits when taking care of Vanessa. Always go for kicks, sweeps and throws. Every character in this game has a unique way of countering. With Lei Fei, if I press up, punch, kick and guard to go into his crane stance like this, watch what happens when Vanessa tries punching me. Okay, hang on. That was a throw. Try it again. Fuck. It only works for punches. Okay, this might be a bad fight to prove this point on. Gotta get a throw. Come on. Fuck! Oh, I still beat her anyway. Yeah, so with Lei Fei, if you want to do his counter, you press up, punch, kick and guard together. That pretty much gets into his crane stance, and as long as the opponent punches you, it doesn't matter where high mid or low, you will counter it. So watch. Lao is the perfect character here to show you that, because his attacks always start with punches pretty much. For fuck's sake, just do it! My god, I'm trying to... See? Like that. See? Lao always does punches pretty much. Okay, that was sort of like a power move. I couldn't counter that. God damn it. But it only works for punches and elbows. If you get kicked, you can't counter it. But yeah, I was just trying to say that... Yeah, see? He just kicked me and I couldn't counter that. But with Vanessa in the previous fight... yeah, pretty much the same thing. If you try and punch her, do a specific punch, she'll always... Okay, he's got me right on the... Fuck! I knew it! Bastard, so I just lost a match there. I want to just do this whole fight with Lao by doing nothing except the counter attack. You know, pressing up punch, kick and guard to get into his crane stance. Let's do it. See, he punched me low, counter. Punched me mid, counter. That's all you have to do. You don't have to press anything to do the actual counter. You just get into that stance and you just stand there. See? Got a perfect. Like I said, it only really works this well on Lao because a lot of his combos start off with punches, and he's an extremely aggressive character to fight against. He's very quick, you know. Offense is the best defense. That's Lao's motto. Okay, get on the other side, I'm a bit nervous. Fuck, alright. Let me just do a throw and finish him off, there we go. So that's an effective strategy for taking care of Lao. Very fast character Lao, I hate fighting him via normal means. Jackie stage. Okay, Jackie is a pain in the ass to defeat because pretty much like Vanessa, if you try and punch him, he counters it. Watch. See? Punches are off limits, so you've got to pretty much do kicks and throws to defeat him. Or power punches. Sort of stuff like that. Okay. Jesus. Got him. I always love starting off the round against him, doing that. Fuck, alright, he gets really aggressive on the second round for some reason. Gotcha. Yes! Good, took care of him pretty well there. So yeah, just remember, in terms of killing Jackie and Vanessa, use kicks and throws predominantly, or power moves, because if you just do regular punches, then, you know, they tend to counter it. Okay, so here's Aoi, if that's how you pronounce her name. Damn, she's got me towards the edge of the ring already. Gotta do something to get out of this situation. There we go. Look, I'm going to tell you guys a trick. You can pretty much beat this whole game with Lei Fei just by pressing the punch button. I'll show you that later because I just want to play a bit diverse here. Alright. God damn. There we go. So no, this is just a fun game to play. I'm not really stressed at all in regards to the AI. It's very forgiving. Obviously the first time I played it, I got pretty much destroyed quite a few times, mainly on specific fights, especially the last guy, Akira, or second last should I say. Jural's the last character to defeat. Ooh, here's Shundi. God. As soon as you get up and do like a kick, the AI tends to go for an attack straight off the bat, so just be prepared for that. Get out of here. You know, if you wake up with a high kick or a low kick, just hold guard immediately or evade, because they tend to do an attack straight away. Oh, missed. Got him. Didn't pose any threat at all, Shundi. Yep. Okay, and here is Wolf. Pretty dangerous if he starts throwing you, but you know, if you're just quick at attacking him, you can't really do anything. See how I just woke up and did a low sweep? Wolf immediately attacked me straight after that. That's something that AI tends to do quite a lot in this game, so just be prepared for it. Like I said, guard or evade. If you hit him into the wall, it tends to do more damage. So that's a good strategy to utilize as well, hitting your opponents into the wall. Doing really good here. I've only died once and that was on Lao, but I was sort of explaining how to do Lei Fei's counter attack. Okay, so this is where the game starts getting really, really hard. Sarah is extremely difficult to defeat via normal means. I mean, it's doable, but I'm going to show you something. Just by pressing punch, you can defeat her. With Lei Fei, that is. I'm not too sure how it would work with other characters. Okay, sometimes she gets on the side like that, but just keep it up. Okay, that's all you got to do. Just press punch over and over again to defeat her. Might try. Mix it up a bit here. Ooh. She's just too fast, you know. Fuck! God damn. Fuck! I knew it! As soon as I input the throw command, the AI punched me. I hate that. Okay. Countered my throw, that's not good. Okay, we might have to start the punching bullshit again. Yeah, sometimes she can stop you dead in your tracks. But trust me, this strategy pretty much works for most of the characters in this game, especially Akira, who a lot of people tend to have trouble with. But with Lei Fei, just by pressing punch, it's unbelievable, you know, he can't do anything, and you'll see that. That's actually the next fight.
Come on.
This is great music, by the way. I love the music for this stage. That was a nice round. Destroyed her. Yeah, once she starts getting into her fast combo groove, it's hard to stop her. Jesus. Fuck! I just needed a throw, and that would have done it. Get out of here. There we go, done. So, you know, you can defeat her pretty easily if you just play normally, but, you know, punching seems to work for the most part with Lei Fei. But yeah, Sarah, I believe, is the hardest character to fight in this game. Fuck, listen to this music. He sounded really angry there. Okay, but watch with Akira. All I'm doing is pressing punch. Not even pressing the D-pad at all. That's all I'm doing. Punch, 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 punch. He can't do a damn thing. Okay, this always works 100% of the time with Akira. He never gets in. Just watch. Because he does a 2-hit punch combo, Lei Fei, goes into a different stance, then does an attack in that, and then he goes back to the original stance, and it just keeps repeating over and over. So that's one of the really positive things about Lei Fei, you know, his stances. Okay, so this is the same sort of deal as in Virtua Fighter 2. We have to fight Dural now. If you lose, the game ends. If you win, the game ends. You can't continue on this fight. But it's pretty much the same strategy as Akira, as you can see. And look, you'll knock Dural straight out of the ring. If you try and play normally with Dural, it's almost impossible to defeat her. It's fucking hard. I've done it a couple of times, but man, trust me, it's very hard. Okay, I've just got to get her in that combo. Fuck, yeah, if she gets in, that's the thing. Once you can get it flowing, it's good, but see, if she gains the upper hand, it's almost game over. Fuck! That's no good. Fuck! Really hard when that AI pressures you towards the edge of the ring, you know, and I mean, I would sidestep, but there's just not enough time, and oh man, it's just, yeah, that was a bit disappointing. I lost to Dural again. Fuck that. I lost to her in Virtua Fighter 2, but you know, I played this game about, prior to doing this run through, I played it through about 8 times or so, and 7 times out of those 8, I defeated her. It's so annoying when I do the actual recording that I lose, you know what I mean? But it's just sort of hard to focus and talk at the same time. I know I always say that, but it's true. But anyway guys, that's Virtua Fighter 4. It's a great game. I had a lot of fun playing it. Lei Fei is an absolute badass character. I love him. Now there's one thing I forgot to mention during that playthrough, and it is quite important. When you go into one of Lei Fei's different stances, he's got quite a number of them. When you go into any one of his stances, just take note that you cannot guard whenever you're in one of his specific stances. You can only guard when he's just in his regular fighting stance. And you also can't throw, you can't do a grab command when he's in one of his specific stances as well. So that's it guys, thanks for watching my playthrough of Virtua Fighter 4. I had a lot of fun playing this game. Unfortunately I didn't defeat Dural, but hey, what can you do? The game ends anyway. It's more of just a bonus stage as opposed to an actual boss fight. But yeah, if you just keep mashing punch, you should be able to defeat Dural relatively easy there, but sometimes she can get in and attack you and ruin your momentum. Same with Sarah, you saw her doing that quite a bit, but with Akira, it seems to work almost 100% of the time, you know, he just can't do a damn thing. Just put in my initials here. G-Star. So that's it guys, once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.